Hey guys, Britto here. Welcome back to our Rags to Riches series here in No Man's Land. Sunrise, day number 2, episode number 4. I did actually get all this picked up. As you can see, I did cut down a couple more trees just over here actually. The 2 over there that I wanted to get rid of, and a couple over here just to be closer to here to sell them. And I managed to purchase the bunker, which is 5,500. And I've got it in here and it's all covered up. It's fermenting at 62%, so it's going to take a little bit more time before it's fully fermented yet, but the bunker was 5.5 and I can clearly see why it was cheap. It's really old. You can see where the previous owner had used it, and it's got some marks in the wall and that sort of stuff, and you know, some cracks in the concrete bricks and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, it'll get us through what we needed to do. Well, it's meant to be a little bunker. He told me it was only a small one, but it's probably, I don't know, massive for me, for us and our farm. It is huge. I don't think we quite need one that big, but that's the one that they've given us. 5.5 grand, pretty cheap, so can't complain. We've got our Fent 4S in here with our plough attached, ready to go. So let's jump on this guy. Throw our lights on because it's really hard to see, and we want to lift the plough up first. We want to start expanding our field here. I want to leave a little bit of room between our field and the fence, so what I want to do is reverse back. One thing I've always done is follow the map down the bottom left hand corner. We're sitting at 270 degrees, so what I want to do is I want to try and run straight at 270 degrees. That way we know for sure that the field is actually square. I know it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, but for me, that's what I like doing. Alright, so I want to come back a little bit because I know when I turn left here, it's going to kick out a little bit. There we go. And then I want to run up towards our field here. Alright, perfect. So that'll give us a little bit extra. Now I want to head down, down the other end here. And I want to head this way because, as I said, I want to try and make sure the field is square. I'm hoping the road is square with the map, which it may not be, but if it's not, then you know, it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so let's turn around here. I think that was my Discord going off in the background, which is weird. I don't usually use Discord very much, but I was playing Farm Sim last night with a few mates of mine and having a bit of fun, so probably still connected from last night. Right, so I'll head straight through at 0 degrees. And mentioning Discord as well, I've sort of spent a little bit of time fixing up the Discord a little bit. The Discord's always been really quiet, not much gets said and that sort of stuff, so I've changed it around so we've got a Farming Simulator 19 area, a Minecraft area, a place for you guys to have general chats, ask questions, share your screenshots, share any of your YouTube or Twitch content, share mods. If you've created mods, you can feel free to share them in there as well. I want it to try and be a bit more used and have us as sort of, you know, a community come together and help each other out, share things with each other, and have it as like another positive place to just go and hang out, I guess. Especially with the way the world is at the moment, with you know, the coronavirus or the COVID-19, whatever you guys want to call it. It's, yeah, I know a lot of people are probably getting down about things at the moment because it's such a big thing that's affecting a lot of people. So if we can bring a bit of positivity in, that'll be just another good thing, I guess. Well, let's try and make sure we get this straight. Not that it matters, but I like to run straight and get maximum efficiency out of our workload. So for me, COVID isn't really affecting my work at the moment in real life. It can be a little bit because it's in Sydney at the moment. We've got a few hot spots, and that's where I deliver to once a week in Sydney. So I have to start wearing a mask and that sort of stuff while I'm unloading the truck, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but understandable to protect myself and other people. So just got to do what we've got to do, but it is going to be a little bit annoying having to wear a mask while I'm trying to, run in and out of the back of a truck and unload and that sort of stuff. But I really can't complain too much. I'd rather make sure that I'm safe and everyone else around me is safe than be one of those people that just complains and doesn't follow the proper rules and that sort of stuff. Alright, so let's go try and head this way. I want to turn around this corner. And I want to give ourselves a little bit of room away from this rock over here. Just that way we're not sort of trying to plant seeds on top of the rock or anything along those lines. I think that's that tree stump that I left behind. It shouldn't affect us too much. Oh, there we go, beautiful. So now all we need to do is fill it in and I guess start to cultivate, because I think as of today we can start to seed some things, which is going to be really good. We'll have to see what is going to be the best thing for us to seed at this point in time, which has got the most value and that sort of stuff. I know soybeans are quite valuable, but they're going to take a little bit of time before we can actually plant them because of the ground temperature and that sort of stuff. But also looking at a harvester, when I was talking to the shop about this tractor and stuff, they said they've got a harvester down there for about 30,000, which we'll have to buy a header for. He said the header is about 25,000, harvester's about 30. So it's going to cost us about 55,000 all up to get a harvester. Quite expensive, but we're going to need one if we're going to get anywhere. He said it's a bison, an old bison harvester, so it's not a bad quality harvester or anything. It's just quite old, but everything we're using at the moment is old, so we just don't have the money to go buying brand new equipment just yet. I mean, eventually we're going to turn our rags into riches, obviously. That's why we're doing a Rags to Riches series. But yeah, it's going to take time for us to start bringing some decent money in, being able to buy some new equipment, potentially build ourselves a bigger house, because the one we've got at the moment is just not good enough. It's pretty cold of a night time. It's not even winter. We've just come out the other side of winter, so we're in spring. It's still cool, but not as cold as it is in winter time, and I'm still freezing every night, so we're going to have to try and build a bigger house and hopefully get something that's a little bit warmer for us when winter comes, but I don't think we'll get that done this year. So I might have to stock up on some extra blankets and that sort of stuff, and maybe cut down some trees and turn it into some firewood and stuff, and go from there and try and get a decent fire going in the house. Obviously a safe fire, but a decent fire just to heat things up for us, because I don't want to be cold. There's nothing worse than trying to sleep and you're absolutely freezing. Right, this tree stump might cause some issues eventually. It should be alright at the moment, I'm hoping. We are going to have to get a stump grinder and come through and get rid of it, I think. Right, so what I'll do, guys, is I'll throw in a bit of a time lapse of us finishing this ploughing, and then we'll come back and we'll start cultivating. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back in a second. Righto guys, we're back. This should be our last pass, and I think we've probably doubled the size of our field. Certainly seems like it. It's pretty big now, so that's going to help us heaps in the long run. Let me get our HUD back on. Right, there we go, and we're finished. I don't think I've missed any bits. Maybe a little bit over near this tree stump, so we'll quickly fix this bit up. Alright, get this little tiny bit. There we go. Not that it's going to matter too much. Alright, let's head back. We'll drop this off and we'll grab our cultivator and we'll start cultivating. We need to also look at lime spreader, fertilizer spreader. Obviously, both the same machine, but certainly that's what we need to look at. Not going to worry about weeds at the moment. We get weeds, we get weeds. We can't really afford to, you know, go buying a whole ton of equipment because, as you can see, we don't have much money. We're still trying to build up the farm. Alright, let's go and have a look at our fertilizer technology. We've got a few different ones in here. 280 litres, which isn't going to go very far. 330 litres. 400 litres. 1500 litres. 3000 litres. 600 litres. 1,500 litres for 9,000. It's probably the better one, I would think. That's 3,000, but I think definitely 30 max. Agrometax? 30 max would be the one we'll go with, I think. 2,500 litres, which wouldn't hurt. Would help us get through it a lot quicker than obviously the smaller ones. I have spoken to the guy at the shop as well. He said he can organise a cargo container to get delivered to our farm, which will have seed, lime, fertiliser, all that sort of stuff in it ready to go. And if we ever need any more, we just give them a call and they can bring some down for us and stock up to a certain level each time. So that's one thing I'm certainly going to look at. I think he did say it was around about 3,500 to buy the storage container and get it get the stuff in there ready to go. But we have to actually purchase the stuff when we want to, you know, refill our lime or fertiliser. We have to write down how much we filled up and have to actually pay it at the time or at the end of the day. Tree stump. So it's not like we're getting it for free or anything. We still have to purchase the container, 3,500. They'll stock it up, and whenever we use any stock, we have to pay the stock back with obviously with cash. So pay for the stock that we're using. So it's going to be just better for us to have it at the farm instead of having to travel all the way to the shop to pick stuff up. I know we could potentially, you know, use our front loader and our trailer that we have to do that, but to have it at the farm will just make it so much easier. So I think we're definitely going to organise that. But I think once again there's going to be a few more trees cut down and sold. Whether you guys want to see that or not, it's up to you, because I don't want you guys thinking that I'm cheating money in. So I'm certainly cutting trees down. We've got the two stumps over here that you can see. There's another stump just over there, which I can show you guys if you're doubting me cheating, which I hope you wouldn't be. But yeah, so we've got still a little bit of money to make. We need to buy our seeder, need to buy the shipping container and pay for our seed, need to buy our fertilizer spreader and lime spreader and that sort of stuff, and pay for that. So that's another 9,000. So we're going to need at least 15 to 20,000 again, I think, to get the stuff that we need. And unfortunately, because we're in no man's land, there's literally no one else here but us. There's no other fields around. There's nobody wanting any work done. It's just us here all by ourselves. So we can't even go and help any other local farmers because there's literally no one here. It's just us and the shop. And the shop is right on the highway. The highway's on the other side of the shop, so the shop is still doing okay even without people here. But there's just no other farmers in the area, which is kind of a disappointment. bit of a shame because it's a beautiful area to work. Obviously, it's a lot of hard work to create your own fields and cut down trees and make room for the things you want. But it seems to be pretty fertile land as well. Once you get through, obviously, the old bit of the ground and get through to the softer stuff like we are now, it's certainly going to be fertile land. So it's good. Yeah, a good spot for us to make some decent money. Right, so I'll get another run down the other side of this field. I might throw in another time lapse. I know you guys don't want to see too much time lapse stuff, but I know you don't want to sit here for the next 10-15 minutes and watch me cultivate the entire field. So if I throw in a time lapse, and that'll end the episode. So if you guys want to stick around and watch the time lapse, feel free. If you guys don't want to, then obviously you can head off now, but don't forget to smash that like button. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, any ideas, suggestions, etc. Leave it below. Don't forget to check out our Discord channel and try and be a little bit more active in there. That's certainly what I'm going to be doing as well. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.